my brothers
Tried
as well.
a hand at.
Now, Michael Puzey, better known as CK Flash, started Peckham BMX Club 20 years ago. Back then, it was an unknown club with the drive to offer young people an alternative life off the streets.
Well, now the club has risen to become one of the UK's top BMX sites, producing world-class champions and Olympians. We're going to be speaking to Michael in just a moment.
This is
but
so cool.
First, let's hear his story.
CK Flash has been on the ride of his life from the age of 12 when he started BMX racing. But realising he couldn't bank on it as a career, he traded wheels for turntables and became a DJ. In 2004, CK's cycling aspirations came full circle with an opportunity to start coaching kids on a small dirt track in a local park in Peckham.
What was a very muddy, quite a nasty part of this park with broken glass, and we managed to find £10,000 to build a BMX track.
20 years on, the club has honed the skills of thousands of young riders.
CK is like, he's very motivative and he's always like, energy, energy, energy.
And some have even become Olympic medalists.
The biggest lesson CK taught me was to be on time, train hard, train smart. All the lessons that he's taught us over the years, I'm still using to this day.
In 2015, he was awarded an MBE for his contribution to youth sport, and he continues to train the next generation.
He literally gives hope to a lot of people who don't have the best of family lives or anywhere to really turn to. He can literally bring anyone around and it will be a family.
Well, I'm delighted to say that Michael joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And, you know, a massive well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Because looking at that, you can see where it all started, the journey that you've had. And when you look back now and you think about that patch of waste ground and what you're able to transform it into, it was important. You know, I know that you obviously felt it from a personal level, didn't you? That you wanted to make a difference to the kids who were there.
Yeah, most definitely. It was an unused track. It was there for maybe 40 years prior to when I got there. It was overgrown, not being used. And like I said, the local bike shop asked me to come down to do a fun day. And obviously me being a DJ and kind of know how to get the kids going, they enjoyed it so much that the council asked me to come back and say, could you do it every week? And like Councillor Graham said, gave me just over £10,000, which is not compared to the track that I built for 1.2 million.
Wow.
And turned it into a real success from kids from the estates, kids that maybe didn't know about BMX or had no hope, and turned them into Olympic champions.
That is the thing. This is not just any BMX club. You've produced world champions and Olympians. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's been a great journey because I think between the youngsters that we started, like Kai, who made the Olympic silver.
Yeah, so Kai White, he took part in the Olympics.
He's doing really well. His brother also made a world level. Quillen Isadore's, Kat Blaine. We've got some new ones. We've got Ty, we've got Kai Bowen, we've got the new young ones coming up that are going to be the future of BMX in England. And we're just trying to promote a sport that keeps young people off the streets, keep them healthy, and know that there is a pathway to get to the top.
Yeah. And how often do they compete then? Because, you know, the Olympics only comes around every 4 years.
Yeah.
Championships not all the time. So are they competing on a sort of domestic level?
Yeah, so you can compete locally maybe about 6 to 8 times in the year, and then obviously nationally, same amount. They have double weekenders with British Cycling that do a lot of the big events around the country. And then obviously internationally, Kyle will race anything between 5 and 6 times along with the other riders on British Cycling. Yeah. And then obviously with us, we do our own local events, so young people get used to that kind of bigger crowd and bigger atmosphere. And then we take them all over the country in our minibus or however we can chip together with the parents and put them in cars. And just show them another side to London, you know, where when they go out of London, they realise it's not so harsh and they meet different people that talk differently, like from Birmingham, Manchester, Scotland. And it opens their minds, you know, so when they come back to London, they're not so much in that street way. They're like, OK, there's a different world out there.
And listen, it's obviously amazing when you look at, you know, the success and those that have come out of it that have done really well in the sporting aspect of it. But for you, when you hear the stories of what the children tell you, the young people tell you about how their lives would have been different if they hadn't have had this? Because, you know, there's a lot of problems, isn't there, with what young people do, what they're filling their time with, if they don't have the right direction, if they don't have the right people to look up to, what the consequences can be.
Yeah, definitely. Like, having us there as a backbone to the young people, the parents actually bring their kids to Peckham BMX to be disciplined and to be focused. And a lot of my Olympic athletes say to me, now they're older, they say, you know, I was a real bugger, but when they mentioned me or Kai White's dad, Nigel, and the other guys that are there, like Aaron, and the whole club, they know our ethos. I started the ethos, obviously, saying, you know, wake up on time, be on time for school, then you'd be on time for work, on time for college. And then everybody's just carried that through. And I think young people need a place to go. A lot of the youth centres that were shutting down, it's like a new state-of-the-art youth centre where people feel safe, people feel secure, and young people can see a vision, like I said, to go up a level.
No, it's great. I mean, it's a worry, isn't it? The fact that sort of youth services, that this isn't replicated across the country. Would you like to see more places being able to offer this kind of thing, or some sort of outlet to be able to help?
Yes,
people?
well, Sport England marked us as the club to be, because we make it fun, which is what young people want to do, but train them without them know they're being trained. We also help them with, you know, be in communication with their parents in the school. There's going to be more facilities that I'm working on at the moment. I'm working on a massive project with Croydon Council. People have asked me to come abroad to actually build tracks for third world countries. Wherever there's funding and there's land, I'm happy to go there and build it and just take the same model that we took from that little track in the middle of the estate and produce champions. The model's there. We just want the land, and if you're happy to give us a few machinery, we can build it anywhere.
Amazing.
Oh, it is amazing.
And are you still DJing on the ones and twos, mate?
I still do a bit of DJing on the ones and twos. We also help a lot of kids that are in care, leaving care. We have a project called Safe House, and that's taking kids from leaving care, foster care, with the local authorities to help us house kids that are in trouble in the area. And like I said, I use everything to promote them and basically bring them into jobs and then bring them into a better life.